Now, if you're from the Windows XP era, you may know what this is. This is a Acer Aspire 1 netbook. Now, if you don't know what a netbook is, it is a really kind of thin for the age, low performance, as you can tell there, and tell Adam, that is designed for, well, portability and power consumption. I'm going to have the specs on screen here, so you can see what it has. As you can tell, well, this is not very fast. It's a mechanical drive, it's a activity light, it's well, you know, slow. So we are rocking a Intel Atom N270 at 1.6 gigahertz, 1 gigabyte of RAM, 32-bit operating system, 1 core of processing power. So, what am I going to do with this? Well, obviously, we're going to try and game on it. What else do we do around here? So, first things first, we have Half-Life 2. Now, we don't want to open up Steam, because, well, the lack of RAM is going to severely impact that. So we're going to want to open it through the File Explorer. Oh my god. So you're going to want to go to your Steam folder. I'm going to go to Steam Apps, Common, then your game. Now, I will be back once this loads. Now, a few minutes later, now that it finally loaded, in the main menu, we are going to, well, adjust the settings so it is at very absolute lowest. We don't want to get unplayable FPS, not that it's going to change. This is only a 1024 by 600 screen, so it's not very big. I'm not sure why it shows all these colors on the screen, it's just a recording thing. I'm not recording off screen because this thing is so low powered. I don't really think it could. I don't have a screen thing. I don't have an FPS counter of screen, so I really don't think we'll need one. So once I make sure everything is disabled, off. Now I don't really know what the point of this is because there's only one core. So now that everything is at low, I'm not going to cut the video. I'm going to show you how long it actually takes to load into a new game. And this is going to be unedited besides, you know, actually, I'm going to cut it. Be right back. I got things to do. Now, I know how I said I wasn't going to cut it, but the loading time was just abominably too much, so I just gave up and cut it. So, I know this is not the proper way to do this, but I don't really have any other way. Now, as you can tell, this is Half-Life 2. And just in the beginning scene, look at how laggy this is. This is why you don't even need an FPS counter. Just look at the, just look at it. This is all you need to see. And look at how delayed the speech and the actual mouth movement is. Now, as you can see, this is not the world's worst, but as you can tell, it's not the world's best. Now, as you can tell, well, this is 30 to 60 FPS camera. I'd say it's probably about 30 to 60, I don't know what, but just just in the beginning here. Look at how laggy this is. This is the Intel Atom N270, 1.6 gigahertz single core Atom. And now I can see why everybody hates these. And why they're so cheap. This thing draws an abominable 5 watts under load. If this thing can't play Half-Life 2, it can't play much. Now, for the next game I'm going to be testing, it's going to be Half-Life. Just Half-Life 1. And if it can't run that at least 30 to 60 FPS low, I'm not even going to bother playing any other things. Next, I'll try Half-Life Blue Shift. Now, I'm not going to go too far in the game because there's really no point in it. As well, doesn't work. Now I'm just going to pause it for a second. Now, I really don't know if it's worth going any farther than this. As you can tell, I don't really think it's worth going much farther than this. I'm just going to go a little farther, and then it's quitting time, because, well, I don't really know if it's worth it. As you can tell, it's not the worst experience here, but on the train it was pretty bad. As you can see here, it's pretty smooth, but that's just because there's nothing else on screen besides a wall and a ceiling. Now when you come over here into this larger area, you will see major frame dips. Look at how much less smooth it is than what it was before. So I don't really know if it's worth going any farther with this game. Next is going to be Half-Life 1. Okay, so this is Half-Life 1. As you can tell, it is running a lot smoother than Half-Life 2. I'm not going to be able to show much of this because I'm almost out of time for the day. I'll probably get to the beginning part, but no farther. As you can tell, there's still a little bit of lag in spots. As you can tell, it's not running smooth just before. Now it's running pretty good.
Black Mesa compound is maintained at a pleasant 68 degrees at all times.
As you can tell, this is probably close to 60 FPS. What? Okay. Yeah. Right. So as you can tell, it's a little bit more laggy. Okay. Alright. So as you can tell, there were still some spots of lag, but nowhere near as bad as Half-Life 2. Now, see, there's a little bit of lag here, but it's not unplayable. I'm just using a trackpad, so that's why I just kind of keep going like that. I don't have a mouse with me. As you can see, here's another spot where there's a little bit of lag in the beginning, but it clears up pretty fast. Now, during actual gameplay, with different levels, I don't know how this will affect it, but right there, see that lag, and there's a bit more lag here. It's not the smoothest. I don't know why there's a little orange spot there. But that's not in the game actually, it's just a glitch, I guess. Same with the different colors you see on screen. That's just from the camera. Some lag spikes occurring here. As you can tell, it's a bit more laggy here.
Semifinals for high
Would I call this playable on an Intel Atom N270?
access transmission
Yes, I would call it playable. Just have some patience, because
may depend on your
there's some lag sometimes.
Do you have a friend or relative?
Nobody asked, can it play GTA 5 or anything like that, because the answer is obviously going to be no.
Names are
So don't waste your time typing that comment.
materials handling, and low clearance security. Please contact Black Mesa personnel for further information. If you have an associate with a background in the areas of theoretical physics, biotechnology, or other high-tech disciplines, please contact our civilian recruitment division. The Black Mesa Research Facility is an equal opportunity employer. A reminder to all Black Mesa personnel. Regular radiation and biohazard screenings are a requirement of continued employment in the Black Mesa Research Facility. Missing a scheduled urinalysis or radiation checkup is grounds for immediate termination. If you feel you have been exposed to radioactive or other hazardous materials in the course of your duties, contact your radiation safety officer immediately. Work safe. Work smart. Your future depends on it.
Alright,
Arriving at
here we are.
Sector C test
I don't get why
house
this
and
intro is
control
basically almost 5 minutes long, but whatever. So kind of like no clip. I want to get this over with. No clip. No clip. No.
Please stand
No clip. Can't like no
back from
clip.
the
No.
automated door
Whatever.
and wait for the security officer to
Please hurry up.
verify
I don't
your
have all day.
identity. Before exiting the train, be sure to check your area for personal belongings.
Morning, Mr. Freeman. Looks like you're running late.
As you can tell, the sound is a bit glitchy too. This guy walks slow. Once again, I apologize for no frame counter, but that would use more RAM, and I only have 1 gig of the stuff, so don't really want to waste it. But you can probably tell from the video, this is running a lot smoother than Half-Life 2. I'm not going to go much farther because, well, I don't really think there's much need to. You get the idea.
Mr. Freeman.
As you can tell, there's some lag spikes sometimes, but that's to be expected on a system like this.
Hello there.
Considering this game is older than its computer, I would think this would have no problem running it, but I guess I was wrong.
Fantastic to get some pure readings of our gene.
So, now that we have seen pretty much all we need, this is going to be it for the video. Yep. See you next time. I'm probably going to be doing gaming on a Core 2 Quad Q6600 in 2020 one day. I don't know. I have to find time for that. So, I guess that's it.